Hello and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky on V Gaming. Last time my controller fucked up. I could not do anything because this kept happening. And this was the right joystick just dying constantly. So I've got a new controller, obviously. And now we're going to keep on going. We had just started investigating the mine because we suspected the mine held the key to where these sky bandits had gone. Is there another button I need to worry about? Doesn't look like it. I'm guessing that's because there's no mini-map in dungeon zones. My cats are causing chaos again. And I'm getting lost again. Not used to the amount of resistance on this joystick, but that's just because it's not been worn in, you know? The more I use it, the more I get worn in. What are you up to, Midna? Don't worry, I'll make sure I'll build that radiator cover today, okay? My cat's just complaining because she can't sit on the windowsill like she likes to.
That's that then. Let's move out.
It's got a nice weight on this controller. It's probably because this one actually had some motors in. Oh, that reminds me. Options. Does it have the vibrations? Oh, I don't believe it has a option for that. Is it this way? Oh, I really need these monsters to piss off. I'm so disoriented. Ah, okay. So straight left. Oh, would you fuck off? Oh. You know what I can't wait for? Master Quartz. I absolutely adored those in Cold Steel. Man, it's bright out, bright in here. Huh? Isn't that the... Quiet as now. It looks like we've hit the jackpot. Boom, 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 boom. Forget about the heavy things and focus on food, provisions, and valuables. And hurry it up, will you? It's only a matter of time before someone finds this place. Roger that, Cal. Got it, Cal. Okay, Cal. Understood, Cal. What's an airliner doing in a place like this? I guess that kid wasn't seeing things after all. This looks like an area that used to be used for strip mining. It certainly turned out to be a great place to hide something of this size. Yeah, who would have thought to look here? Look at that. Aren't they loading the airliner cargo into their own ship? Let's worry about that later. We've got to figure out a way to bag these guys before they get away again. Ugh, so this is our third trip, huh? Man, Dom can be a real slave driver sometimes. Oh well. Once this is all taken care of, we'll be able to sit back and negotiate a nice fat ransom. Hold it right there! Whoever... Oh. The scorching flames of justice shall never fade away as long as evil thrives in this world. The League of Extraordinary Braces has arrived! Now that's a movie reference. Huh? The League of what? You bonehead. Why do you always get carried away like that? What's with you two? Now I look like a big fool saying that stuff all alone. You're the ones who Josette had a run-in with back in Ruland. This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early. It can't be right? We're not supposed to be here this early? What the heck are you talking about? In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with the hijacking of an airliner and its passengers. I hope for your sakes, you'll come along quietly. Now hold on just a minute. Are you trying to tell me that only the three of you came here to arrest us? You see anyone else, bandit boy? Huh. So you're not involved with the others then? Then that simplifies things. Let's get 'em, boys. Okay. Morale.
Come on.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna read these little bio things. A constituent member of the Capua household swings a dagger with a poison-laced blade. The number 2 man of the Capua's household, his smoke bombs are blinding and is quite agile. Another dagger wielder? They're all dagger wielders. Okay. Estelle, you focus on that guy.
Here I come.
Ooh, that was quite the hit. Back to the bandit boy again.
Let's do this!
Got to be sure not to skip any of these scenes because apparently the damage doesn't apply if you do. Wait, are these seriously too low level to injure me? Well, that's embarrassing. Ooh. What about stone hammer? Okay, that's a single one. That's also a single one. Okay. Oh, perfect. You walked straight into my trap. Damn. That was almost an RKO. Ah, that's a shame. Actually, wait. Craft hurricane, but I want. Nah, actually. I don't know. You know what, screw it, just Hell's Gate him. And Stone Impact again. They didn't last particularly long, did they?
We're good to go.
9 XP. That means we weren't completely over leveled, but they're definitely a lot easier than the game wanted it to be. Ooh, not a bad amount of fire sepith either. Ow! You guys are tougher than I thought. It's no wonder Josette got beat by you there. Sweet talk won't get you anywhere, buddy. It's time to surrender and let the passengers go. You really don't know anything, do you? What was that you called yourselves? The League of Exceptionally Dim or something? You're making fun of my awesome team name. You're dead. Look out. What's this? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Another smoke screen? It's too bad about the rest of the cargo, but we'll just have to live without it. Later, braces. Ugh. Ow, something going in my eyes. Don't worry, it's not poisonous. It looks like it was a typical smoke canister. Their ship is already out of sight. This is getting really old. It's not once, but twice now that they've gotten away. If I get demoted for this at the guild, there's not much I can say in my defense. Oh, Shara, quit acting like it was all your fault. We're responsible for letting them get away too. If we got time to kick ourselves over this, then there's got to be some other constructive things we can do. Well, you sound like you should be the senior bracer here. Well, at least we were able to take back the airliner, so how about we have a look around? The passengers may be inside. Right! First, let's look around the airliner. See if there's any chests to open. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I have to come back here. We don't have time to be looking anywhere else. Right now, our first priority should be investigating the airliner. Missed opportunity for a chest. Okay. Nothing around the airliner. Wow, it was pretty bare in here. There's not a piece of cargo left. Evidently, the sky bandits managed to make off with it all. At least judging by the looks of things. At any rate, we should do a thorough investigation of the place. Okay. Obviously, here's the lift car. It looks like the same type as those used at the landing port. The sky bandits probably used this to move the cargo. I wonder what this is. It's the orbital engine control panel. It looks like the flow of orbital energy has been completely stopped. Pantry is not looking particularly emptied. It looks like the captain's seat. If these were any other circumstances, I'd love to sit here. Don't even think about it. We both know she would have jumped in that captain's seat and started barking orders as if she was the captain. Here's the steering wheel used to pilot the ship. I wonder where the pilot could have gone. Can't go up the ladder. And there's definitely nothing over here. Upstairs then. Anything up here evidence-wise? Doesn't look like there's any evidence outside the ship. It looks like the first class suite. It's bright in here. There's a lot of light shining into this place. I feel like I'm missing some evidence. We checked it over, but it looks like there's nobody inside. There's a high possibility that the passengers were There's a high possibility the passengers were transferred to the Sky Bandits airship, and then to wherever their hideout is. Agreed. But this sucks. Right when we thought we had some clues, we're back to zero. Come on, Cheryl, cheer up already. It's not like every clue has completely vanished. Why do you think the Sky Bandits hid the airliner in a place like this? Huh? As far as I could tell, the onboard energy in the ship had completely stopped, which means the onboard engine was stripped from the aircraft. I know this because the onboard energy in an orbit gradually recharges over time. Furthermore, the Sky Bandits made multiple trips to carry off a large amount of cargo. Considering the time and risk involved, don't you think it would have been more effective to just take the entire airliner to their hideout? Yeah, it does seem a little odd that they didn't. So why did they hide the airliner here then? All I can think of is that they did it in order to not sort the cargo, not move the hostages aboard their own aircraft, steal the onboard engine, keep clear of the Royal Army's search party, ditch Linde because their hideout is somewhere weird. Yeah, it's because their hideout's somewhere that the Linde wouldn't be able to survive. Yes, that's exactly right. From my guess, I would imagine that their hideout is in a slightly peculiar place. Maybe 10 to 15 arg in size. In short, a peculiar place on which only a small aircraft like the Sky Bandits airship could land. Interesting. How about the terrain covered with the extreme differences in heights, like mountains and ravines? That seems like a likely place for a Sky Bandits hideout. Yes, that's what I've been thinking too. However, if that's the case, then we may be unable to do anything else. There's the possibility that the hideout may be in a place that we can't reach by foot. Then what can we do? Well, I hate to say it, but we may have to share our conclusions with the army and ask for their cooperation. Because they're the ones with the patrol ships. What? Now you're trying to tell us we should go crawling back to the army and ask them for help? Either way, we still have to report to them about the airliner. Personally speaking, I still think we should cooperate with the army, whatever their attitude may be. Especially if that means bringing the hostages back safe and sound. I guess you're right. This isn't the time or place to be letting my personal feelings get the best of me. Indeed, for the time being, let's get back to the guild and report our findings to Lugren. We should be able to contact the hacking gate if we use the orbital telephone. We're going to get arrested before we even get there, aren't we? Huh? What the heck? Great. Now this was something I did not expect. I wonder if we should be glad since they saved us the trouble of having to contact them? We have found a suspicious armed group. Put your hands in the air, all of you. What is the world coming to? A woman and 2 kids are the sky bandits? Though this girl does look shifty. Hey now, that's just rude. And who are you calling sky bandits? Can't you see this shiny emblem on my chest? The bracer emblem, huh? I hope you don't think for a moment something like that proves your innocence. General Morgan? Why are you here? After looking over reports of my men, I found this place to have been insufficiently investigated, so I came to see for myself. Who would have thought the lot of you were conspiring with the Sky Bandits? Might I get you to stop with the accusations, General? We happen to find this place one step ahead of your men. If that's the truth, then why don't you tell me where the Sky Bandits are? Are the hostages inside that airliner? We almost had the Sky Bandits, but they managed to escape, and there are no hostages to be found here. It looks like the truth has come out. Most likely you notified the Sky Bandits to let them know we were coming. Wait a minute here, how about you cut with the crap? My thoughts exactly. Alright men, take them into custody. What a close-minded old fart. The general will be questioning you himself on the morrow. If your innocence is proven, then you'll be released in 2 or 3 days. For the time being, this cell will give you a place to cool your heels. This is not even funny. Toss us in a place like this without even listening to a word we have to say. If the army managed to arrest the Sky Bandits, then I'm sure we'd have our names cleared. But with the way things are going at the moment, that may not be possible. Huh? Why not? You remember what the Sky Bandits leader said? You remember what the Sky Bandit leader we fought in the old mine said, right? He said this can't be right, you're not supposed to be here this early, if I remember correctly. Now that you mention it, he did say that, didn't he? You're not trying to tell me that he meant the army by that, are you? I don't know for sure, but I would bet that's what he meant, which means that the Sky Bandits have a more than the army, or a collaborator who is leaking information. That's what you want to say, isn't it, Joshua? Yes. Oh, well, if that's the case, they'll never get caught, which means we're the only ones who that stand a chance of nabbing them. But we're stuck in here now. I wonder how your father would get around this little setback. My. Well, don't you all seem to be in a bit of a fix? Huh? Did you just say something, Joshua? No, I didn't say anything. It came from the cell next door. It almost sounds eerily familiar. Oh, how could you say something so heartless? My lustrous voice should be recognizable to anyone. Could this unfounded self-confidence and tone of absurd narcissism belong to... It's you, isn't it, Oliver? Oh, so you do remember my dulcet chords. To think that we'd meet again in a place like this. It seems that we are bound by destiny. Why are you here? I thought we took you to Bose. And now you're locked up in a place like this. What the heck did you do? Oh, come now. Let's not worry about all the little details, shall we? I have my reasons, which are deeper than the deepest ocean and higher than the highest peak. I'm definitely not asking now. I'm sure we'd just get tired whilst you talked our ears off. What a coincidence. Estelle, I was just thinking the same thing. So there you have it. We don't really care to know. You talked so much that I'd probably be an old woman by the time you were done. And I'm not ready for wrinkles yet. Come on now, let's not be like that. I'll fill you in on all the details of the tragic incident which befell me. Oh, didn't you listen, dummy? We don't want to hear about it. It all began after we parted ways. I did some window shopping in the Bose market and then moved on to the Anteros restaurant. You see, once I had eaten to my heart's content, I began to play the grand piano to then feed my artistic soul. And upon doing so, the restaurant manager was overcome by my skill. So, I was asked to stay and work as a professional pianist for the restaurant. That's great and all, but I thought you were supposed to be a lutist. Ha! A musical genius is not limited to one instrument. Anyway, back to my story. After negotiating a few of my own conditions, I accepted the job offer. Those conditions were, of course, food and wine for free every day instead of mirror. I don't know how to put it, but that's very you, Oliver. Yet, I'm not sure how that has anything to do with you getting thrown in jail. Oh well, this is where the real sub-story begins. That night, I'd been enjoying a plate of sautéed duck I'd had the chef prepare, but the blood sauce which had been used was a little too overbearing for my palate. Consequently, I began to feel that normal red wine was not satisfying enough. The more you talk, the more I want to hit you. But go on, I'm curious, in spite of knowing better. Well, I borrowed a bottle of wine which seemed good from the cellar. Something called the Grand Chardonnay from 1183. Grand Chardonnay from year 1183? That's the legendary vintage wine that was auctioned off in the Royal City. Oh, aren't you well informed? I heard a rumor about it too, so of course I was interested in having a drink for myself. Auctioned off? How much are we talking about here? From what I heard, it went for somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 mirror. 500,000 mirror? For just one bottle? That's out of this world. And you didn't, did you, Olivier? Such a needless question. Of course I opened the bottle and had a sip. Its sweet-smelling fragrance tickled my nostrils. Its luxurious, mellow taste caressed my throat. And can you believe what else? A rose-tinted vignette of time and space existed within that very bottle. I don't think I can listen to this any longer. Yeah, my ears are bleeding from listening to such stupidity. I am completely dumbfounded. The sad thing is that after taking a sip of such excellent wine, I began to feel the food was lacking. And as I was having the chef cook me up something else to match the wine, the restaurant manager returned. Since I'm not a stingy fellow, I cordially invited him to join me for a drink, but for some odd reason, he got rather upset. In fact, he got so steaming mad that his face looked like a ripe tomato. And before I could say another word, a group of soldiers came filing in. And, well, one thing led to another, and the story went on. I can't say another word about this tragedy of being dragged all the way here without coming to tears. So let us all weep together as you sympathize with my dilemma. Idiot. Pardon? But do my ears deceive me? I could have sworn I heard a... I know. And even an assuredly misheard idiot coming from your cell. Are you listening? This is where the story gets really interesting. You see, several further trials awaited me after I was brought here. Hello? Are you listening? What a jackass. Hey, you three, get up. Man, I'm tired. What's wrong? What? Are you trying to tell us we're going to be integrated this early in the morning? That's a little early even for me. No, it's just the opposite. You're being released. Huh? Why all of a sudden? Is there a reason for this? Yes, I'd like to consider myself that reason. Mayor Maybell! Well, what an unusual place to be meeting you. I'm really sorry about everything that happened to you, but don't worry, your names have been cleared. I don't completely agree with everything, but this is a request from Maybell herself. You'd better remember to thank her. So you mean Mayor Maybell stood up to you on our behalf? No, that's not exactly it. I just explained your situation to General Morgan. Our situation? Yes, I have one question for the both of you. Are you really the children of Cassius Bright? Yes, that's right. This is Estelle Bright, and I'm his adopted son, Joshua. I see. Now that you mention it, the girl does slightly resemble Lena. Huh? You know my mother? Yes. I enjoyed your mother's cooking on several occasions when I visited your home in Roland. Why, in fact, we even met once when you were just a baby. Now hold on just a minute. You're a personal acquaintance of my dad's. I knew that he was in the military before, but... I don't know Cassius Bright the Bracer. The only Cassius I know is the one from the service. He was a rare strategist. Strategist? Dad? I just can't imagine what he saw in the Bracer Guild. It makes me angry just thinking about it. You'll have to excuse me. What's wrong with him? It seems like your father was a brilliant officer in the military. I've heard from the general that he tried several times to get your father to change his mind about retiring. I didn't know that. Somehow it feels hard to believe. However, if that's the case, the general's hatred for braces may stem from Cassius leaving the army, from the vexation of being left by one of his most promising men. Yeah, I get the same impression. So what you're saying is, our lives are such a pain because of Dad? That dirty rotten scoundrel! How about we return to Bose now? With the airliner being found, the situation has taken a new turn. So there are a number of things I'd like to discuss with you. Oh, sure. Is something the matter? I'm definitely ready to get out of here, but it feels like we're forgetting something. Now that you mention it, what could it be? Olivia Elenheim. Oh, how callous people can be at times. He's still in his cage. How could you forget about a companion who spent the night with you in a cold, hard cell? How lamentable. How pitiful. Fine. Be that way, I shall wither away friendless and hungry, alone in this dark purgatory. Is he still here? Yeah, I completely forgot about him. I'm sorry to say this, but there's not much we can do for you. Oh? Is he the musician I've heard about? The one who choked that bottle of Grand Chardonnay without a second thought? Ha! Indeed it is I! Yet, my fair lass, I would be heartbroken if you took my intentions the wrong way. For you see, I perceived it as an advance payment for the exquisite services that I was about to render. You're quite the interesting character. Alright, I'll see what I can do to bargain with the general for your release. Really? Truly? You would do such a kind service for a man such as myself? I think that may be asking a bit much. If the restaurant takes this to trial, there's going to be at least a lawsuit. Well, there's no need to worry about that. You see, the owner of the restaurant is me. Huh? And that Grand Chardonnay was the very one I bid on. That being the case, I'm fairly confident there won't be any other problems over the matter. Olivia, you lucky son of a gun. I can't believe you're released. Yes, it's a stroke of bad luck. Please don't lay such compliments so thickly. However, it pains my soul that I partook in such a fine wine without paying a single mirror. Shall I play the piano in the restaurant per our contract to remedy that? I think I'm going to have to pass on that. After what happened, I think it would be a bit awkward having you back there. I, for one, don't think he'd mind a bit. Yeah, he sure does seem to have some thick skin. Let's just think of this as an unfortunate incident for the both of us. But I don't think I can just let things go like this. Let's see. It seems like you're investigating something at the moment, right? How about I lend my assistance in return for the wine? Huh? Well, that does sound interesting. Could I ask you to join these braces in their work? Huh, could you ever? So it's settled. Let our new working relationship bloom like a magnolia at the height of spring. Hold on a sec. What did we do to deserve this? Your general weirdness aside, simply having an amateur like you around is honestly going to be a pain. Are you confident that you won't be a drag on our work? Or our sanity? Well, I'm somewhat confident in my marksmanship and magic. But of course, I'd be distressed if you tried to list my music genius in the same group. That's the kind of line that gets me really worried. But maybe we could use an extra hand. As long as we can't count on the army to help us out, I have a feeling that we'll be short on manpower. Well, alright then. We'll use you for what you're worth. However, if we do happen to conclude that you're not worth your weight, you're dumped from the party. Are you going to be okay with that? Of course, I don't mind. I'd never let you down. So please be reassured. Well, my expectations of you are pretty much rock bottom anyway, so I know you won't let me down. I'm glad things are settled between you. But before you go, there's something I need to tell you. Tell us? Actually, the town did seem pretty noisy as we were headed here. What happened? Truth be told, last night there was a large-scale burglary in Thursday's South Block. The weapon shop and the Opal factory were targeted, as were a number of private residences. What? So, was this the work of the Sky Bandits too? It's unknown at the time, but it seems highly probable. A unit of Royal Army is currently conducting an investigation. I see. Guess we'd better do an investigation on our own then. Yes. I'd like to formally request that you do just that. I'll send a payment over to the guild for the work you've done so far. Please make use of the money for your current investigative expenses. I have a feeling that the army is going to get in our way again. But I guess when that happens, it happens. Whether they get in our way or not, I don't think we should be forthcoming with the army about any information we come across. Because if there really is a mole in their midst, they'll just leak it to the Sky Bandits. Though I'm reluctant to say this, I also think it's for the best to keep quiet about our findings. Anyway, let's act with prudence. Alrighty then, my bosom companion, shall we head back to the South Block? Look, buddy, who made you king of the show? Well, that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you next time. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe, all that crap. The new controller's working well. And I'll see you next time. Bye.